Today I will be sitting down with Kyle, and his issue has to do with alcoholism. He has voluntarily checked himself into a rehabilitation center, so I am going to meet with him as a social worker and gain his trust while gaining knowledge on his issues. Hello, you must be Kyle.
Hi, yes I am.
Hi, my name's Courtney. I'm the social worker
nice
assigned to your
meet
case.
you.
Okay, so I understand that you have voluntarily signed yourself into this treatment center.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so I just want to go over a couple things with you before we start. There is a confidentiality agreement that you had signed upon entering, and I just want to go through as the social worker and any of the medical staff also anything that has to do with your treatment and your personal goals and your personal needs is going to stay confidential.
Okay.
Alright, so describe to me why you have chosen to enter this facility.
Alcohol has been a part of my life for the past couple of years now, and as years have gone on, it's gradually become more and more frequently used. It's become like a weekend, like an every once in a while party thing, to an everyday, all day thing, and it's caused a rift amongst family members, former friends, and it's really just, I've been able to see the problem. I think that's the first step in helping yourself is to see the problem. I've seen the problem. Now it's really time I need to get help while I still can.
Okay, well, just tell me about your actual alcohol consumption at this time before entering.
It depends on the day. If I'm, an everyday, regular day, it's like it could start at like 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon and go on till anywhere from like 8 to 2 when the bars close. I'm there all night. If I'm having a bad day, I could start drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. It's rough. That's
okay. So you're only 21 years old, correct?
Yeah.
So what age did your drinking begin?
It started around 16. I was hanging out with an older crowd, who drank, and I was going to parties, and I was drinking on the weekends, and then when I was about 17, my father passed away, and then I used alcohol to help the pain of the week on the weekends when I was partying, and then the pain of losing somebody like that. I felt like the only way to fill the void was to drink, and I started drinking every day, and now it's just become an addiction.
So your dad's death was ultimately the triggering event that started your alcoholism?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me how your alcohol use has affected other relationships, different family members, friends, or even significant others?
Yeah, the closest family member probably be my sister, and we were real close before, and after our father died, and she had kids, but I kept drinking, and I haven't been able to see her kids grow up as much as I wanted to. I have cousins close to my age; they're like brothers to me. I spend more time at the bar and more time with alcohol than I do with any of them, and I put alcohol before them, and I'd rather drink than hang out with them, and that's a real shame.
Okay. So throughout this treatment process, we're going to put together the treatment goals for you. But before we do that as a staff, I want to know what your personal goals are for your time here with us.
My personal goals would probably go through the withdrawal process, because the withdrawal of alcohol, especially as severe as I am in my problem, it's going to be a rough withdrawal process. So my biggest goal is to get through that, and my other goal is to find something I could do constructively with my time, like a new hobby, and hopefully set myself up to find a nice job when I get out of here and just keep on growing from there.
Okay. So besides finding a job, like you said, are there any other long-term goals from outside of this facility that you'd like to accomplish?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I haven't said is I really want to rebuild the relationships that I've tarnished with my addiction. I want to be able to see my nieces and nephews more, be able to see my cousins, my aunts, and stuff without, you know, there being any problems, because the only problem is me and my problems, and I need to work on those, and then everybody would have a healthy, happy relationship together.
All right, Kyle. Well, we are going to try our hardest, the entire staff here. We're going to get you healthy and try to help you accomplish your goals.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. You'll be hearing back from me.
Thank you.
Good luck. Throughout this interview, I was able to use the systems theory by tying in his family, friends, and any other outside resources that have contributed to his problem. And I've also used the person and environment along with that, knowing the different environments he has been in and how they've contributed to the problems he has.